Take a nap in Sienna, Italy. In this 30-minute guided sleep meditation and story, I would like to welcome you to Michelle's Sanctuary. I am Michelle, and as you are listening, think of my voice as that of your guide and ally, who is here to remind you that you deserve this time for respite in the middle of the day. At the end of this meditation, a chime will sound to bring you out of your nap. You will awaken feeling refreshed and recharged and ready to conquer the day that remains. You are making a healthy choice right now for self-care and love. And may you feel the luxury of this time, free of any guilt for sneaking away for a little nap. As you lie down in a safe place for rest, you may feel a warm wave of light pouring over you as you close your eyes. You envision this light is coming from the Tuscan sun as you take in a deep breath and exhale. You are seated on a vintage teal bicycle and feel the curve of the seat and the strength in your legs as you pedal through the Italian countryside. The light of the sun is a hue of gold that you have never seen before, unique to this landscape. There is a wicker basket on your bicycle, brimming with primroses. These wildflowers are considered the flower of fairies and are in full bloom in spring. Their redolence is sweet yet tangy and carried on the warm breeze. You ride the bicycle down a hill, weaving through rows of grapevines on a dirt path that is in the shade of burnt sienna. The color suits the experience as you are in Sienna, Italy, where the rich red-brown earth tones of the landscape inspired this name in the home of Chianti. The medieval architecture of the city can be seen in the distance and remind you of Dorothy approaching Oz for the first time, except this Oz is more rustic and earth-toned. The soft rolling hills of verdant green are interrupted by tall, thin shrubs of cypress trees, the same trees that swirl towards the sky in Van Gogh's Starry Night. And this landscape feels just as dreamy and inspiring. You feel light, as if you are flying through the spring air, coming down a hill to a villa nestled within a vineyard. You ride to the front of a rustic wooden gate and park the bike, stepping onto the stone path that leads to the property. You walk through a garden, feeling as if you are floating across the perfectly manicured lawn. Like a waterfall, green vines dangle from a trellis and flow down the multi-tiered garden where tomatoes and basil grow and perfume the air. Lemon trees, potted in terracotta planters, line the outside of the garden in coupled rows. You relish the cool shade of the garden's trellis and come upon a marble fountain that is set against the rustic, centuries-old stone walls of the guest cottage where you are staying. You hear the flowing water of the fountain that blends with the percussive rustling of the leaves on the trellis. There is a white, ornate metal table outside the entrance to your stone cottage. A caretaker for the property left a tray with a crystal pitcher of water with sliced lemons from the nearby trees. You take a glass and pour the water into it, looking out on the rolling hills and brilliant sun in the distance. You take a sip and the water refreshes you, causing you to salivate further as it quenches your thirst. You sigh, feeling your body is melting in a state of relaxation and ready for a nap. You enter the cottage, relishing the coolness of the stone home. Rustic wooden beams hang overhead in the high ceiling. You walk towards the bedroom. There is a king-sized bed with a metal-framed canopy, and it sits against a stone wall. Long, sheer, cream-colored curtains drape around the corners of the bed, billowing in the breeze that comes from the open doors leading out to a veranda. You walk to these doors and look out on the perfectly lined rows of the vineyard and the rolling hills in the distance that look as if they're basked in honey. You inhale the fragrance of a Tuscan spring. You stretch your arms overhead and yawn, feeling so content. You return to the bed and pull back the cotton ivory bedspread. You lie down and cover yourself, looking up at the wooden beams. You feel in touch with the history of this centuries-old property. You look to the sheer drapes that billow in the breeze of the Italian countryside, dancing towards the veranda as if they yearn to join the vista outside. You feel as nurtured as this beautiful land and gardens and home have been nurtured for centuries. You feel the comfort of the bed beneath you as you close your eyes and inhale the fragrance of lavender that has been spritzed on the pillows, drifting down into a nap, letting yourself fall into a Tuscan reverie, letting go to the perfect nap.